Hi, this is Mabel's Tables, and I decided to come on and do a DIY and talk about my situation that our family seems to be in right at this particular time. First, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm making cupcakes the old fashioned way. What I mean by the old fashioned way, years ago we didn't have bags, to put frosting on. We did it with a spoon or either a knife. You all know the way we did. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to frost my cupcakes. I made these cupcakes here and I used plaster of Paris and I put a big in there, and I'm going to fluff it and make it beautiful as well with plaster of Paris. And this is my plaster of Paris. I keep it in this bag right here so it won't get all over everything, because plaster of Paris can cause cancer, and it also can cause things wrong with your lungs. So you got to be careful when you're using this plaster of Paris. So I keep mine tied up and with the spoon that I use to get it out with in the same bag. Okay, so this is what I've made so far. You remember these little cups they had at the Dollar Tree? I made these, put the plaster of Paris in there, and I frosted them and put the little sprinkles on. And I'm going to show you what my little sprinkles is. My little sprinkles is this. You get this from the Dollar Tree, and I've had it for quite some while now that I got this from the Dollar Tree. I had it for quite some time. And I put the light on so you can see better. So we're going to get started with this, covering our homemade cupcake. Okay, what I have here to get started is this. You remember this, the Dap Patch and Paint, the lightweight spackling. That's what I'm going to use for my frosting. So I've already made, as you can see, my dark red or either pink frosting for these. So we're going to start with another color. And I thought maybe I'd do something very interesting. I thought I'd start with some blue, because I think blue would look real pretty. So I'm going to get my spackling out, and see this spoon I use. Everything I use, I keep it put away as not to use it again in my regular food. So here's my spackling, and I have a tuna can, a chicken or a tuna can right here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put me some spackling in here. And by the way, this is a regular teaspoon that I'm dipping out with, in case you're trying to see my measurements. Because just like my cooking, I don't measure anything. Everything I do it by my heart. Heart. I like for people to feel the heart in what I'm cooking. Or when you come to my house and eat, I like to do it, make sure that you're eating my heart and my heart, because everything I fix it with my heart. Okay, so I chose this blue, and here it is. It's island blue. Island blue. So what we're going to do, we're going to squeeze some of this island blue in with the spackling. Just squeeze as much as you want, as little as you want. It's up to you. But I love color, so I'm going to squeeze a lot in. And you just stir it around till you get it all mixed up. And if you want to, when you stir it around and get it all mixed up, you might want to add some more to it just to make it look even better, because you want the color to come out really pretty so your cupcakes can look well. We've already poured the plaster of Paris in these little cups that I got from Dollar Tree some time ago. And I want to let you know, when I'm doing tablescapes and things like that, all of my stuff has already been had. I've had that stuff for years. I have a collection of plates, cups, bowls, silverware, napkins. I have things I've made over the years. And one day I'm going to show you my napkins and my collections if I can get to it. I have so much stuff. I have a whole bedroom just full of stuff. Okay, I'm going to mix this together, then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And you're going to put your paint in there and you're going to, no, it's going to be like a frosting. See how that is? You just whip it like a frosting. Just whip it like you whip the regular frosting when you make your confectionery sugar and your frosting, you do it that way. Okay, I'll tell you what happened with my son being missing. Well, Patrick had an accident September the 15th of this year. And and he had a concussion, a mild concussion, and he went to the hospital. And when he contacted me, he said, "Mama said I had another accident." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "It was a hit and run." I said, "Hit and run?" He said, "Yes, ma'am." So this truck come out of nowhere, SUV. He said, and it just hit me. And Mama threw me all the way over on the sidewalk. He said, I got so nervous and scared. He said, I'm not usually scared because my guys are really good drivers. But he said by him going into the wall, it scared him because he couldn't steer the car out of going into the wall. So he hit the wall. And he said that's all he remembered. And when next thing he remembered, he said paramedics was asking him, was he okay? Was he okay? Was he okay? And he said yes. So he went to the hospital and they checked him out and everything. And he was talking to me and they let him out the next day. And that's when he and I was talking. So I told him, I said, be careful, Pat. I said, because you can have residual things from a day later. And he said, yes, ma'am, I know. And I said, now you go home and lay down and keep yourself checked. I said, I'll call you in about 4 hours to see how you are. I said, if you're not any better, then you're going to have to go back to the hospital. Well, I called him and we talked 4 hours just like I said. And then after that, he said, Mama said, I got a little slight headache. I said, Patrick, if you got a headache, son, you need to go back to the hospital because that means that concussion might have been worse than what they thought. He said, no. He said, what I'm going to do, he said, I'm going to lay down, Mama. He said, I'm going to lay down. And then he said, I'll check with you later. I said, okay. It was 8 o'clock that night. So I said, well, I'll call you first thing in the morning. He said, yes, ma'am. So he said, I'm kind of hungry. I said, Patrick, I said, if you go out, be careful. So he said, I think I'll stay in. So anyway, he went to sleep and I didn't call him till about 5 o'clock that morning. I woke up like I needed to talk to him, emergency, and I couldn't get him on the phone. That was the 16th. So about 10, he called me. He said, Mama said, I heard the phone ring, but I was so groggy that I couldn't get. I said, Pat, you need to go back and get checked. But he said, Mama, I'm doing fine. You know, men are so hard-headed like that. They don't want to do nothing you say because they think they're above being sick. So anyway, I talked to him at 1 o'clock on the 16th. Talked to him at 5 o'clock on the 16th. And I talked to him. He said, Mama, he said, I said, how you feel, Pat? He said, I feel a little better, Mama. And then, but on the 17th morning, I couldn't get him. All day the 17th, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 27th. And I sent his brother, lives not too far from it. So his brother went down there to check on him, to see what was going on. And as he went to check on him, he said, Mama, he said, I don't see nothing in the house. Now, mind you, my son stayed in the house. He said, Mama, there's nothing there in the house. So at this time, we called the police for a wellness check, and they went to the house. And for some odd reason, we don't know what it was, the house, all the furniture was gone. And I thought that to be really, really odd as well, because Why would he take all his furniture out of his house? And what was going on with that? So we couldn't figure that out. So we called the police again and asked them to please go and check again and see what was going on. Well, just like my other son said, there was nothing there in the house, which was unusual. So we're worried that maybe he got up to go get something to eat and met with some strange something. We don't know. So that's why I am looking for my son, because let me tell you, y'all, I don't know. And for a mother's intuition is very good. I just feel like something is not right and I can't put my finger on it. I can't tell you what it is. But we used to talk. You know, you got children that won't talk, won't call, won't do it. But he did. He called me and tell me about his advances on his job. And then when we located the job and he hadn't been to work, well, everybody got a little upset about that, because one thing about him, he will go to work. Yes. And he do like nice things. I can't say that, because he does. He buy himself things that he needs. You know, he's a bachelor and he's 47 years, 40. He was born in 1975, so that make him, he'll be 47 in December the 13th. So, and people say, well, you know, sometimes, but the police told me, well, you know, sometimes some people are grown and they just want to be by themselves. So I said, yeah, that may be true, but that's not true with him. He would call. And his brothers, and one of his baby brother is his favorite brother, actually, because they spoiled him because he was born so late in our life. We had a baby late in life, so he's spoiled, he's rotten. And he called his baby brother a lot and his middle brother a lot, but he hadn't called anyone. So that's why I am looking for my son. Now, I've told you most of the history on that, and I want to say thank you for your prayers and everything and your well wishes. I do appreciate it. And I'm trying my best to stay with God by doing things on YouTube, doing things in my home, which I'm always doing stuff in my home. And just going to work. I work part-time as well. Going to work helps me out a whole lot. People just don't understand. A lot of people say you shouldn't be out there trying to work. But yes, I'm in my late 70s, but that doesn't say that you cannot work or do what you need to do. I like what I do. I'm a nurse and I love nursing. Okay, so much for that. I've made 2 cupcakes. See what I did? I frosted both of them. Do y'all remember years ago, we didn't have no things that you put on the end of a bag and frosting tips and everything. We used spoons and knives. You know that's all we had. And some people didn't even have no knife. And you know how we used to put different decorations in a cupcake? You take a fork and go across the frosting to put a design in it. So, oh yeah, so you know, we didn't have all that fancy stuff that these people are using now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm frosting these cakes. I don't have a bag. These 4. These are not real. These 4 cupcakes. And what I'm doing is just putting my frosting here and swirling it around with the spoon. And you know, we used to do that years ago. We didn't have no frosting bags and frosting tips and all that stuff. We did it with a spoon and or a knife. And to put designs in it, we took a fork and went across it with a fork and made some beautiful designs. And if you want your frosting to sit up, you catch it like this and twirl it around until you can get a peek on it. You see that? That's what you did in my day. We didn't have the fancy tips. You know, most of us couldn't afford that if we could anyway. So then here's the knife version. See how the knife swirl across there? You know how we used to make cupcakes. Your mama didn't have all that fancy stuff. She did what she could to make you feel good about things. And when your mama had you a nice party and had you some beautiful cupcakes. And do you know we used to flavor our cupcakes with Kool-Aid? When my mama made lemon frosting, oh my word. I know a lot of you don't know anything about the lemon drops, but oh my word. Those lemon drops mama used to put on that on them cupcakes. It's a candy called lemon drops. And they used to put them on top of our cupcakes. Oh, and you can eat the cupcakes and then have that lemon drop off so you can eat that too. Okay, so this is what I did with that cupcake. So now I'm going to take these blue sprinkles that I showed you. They come in a package like this. I got this from the Dollar Tree. And let me tell you something, y'all. I've had this stuff so long from the Dollar Tree because when I was out there buying stuff, I used to buy 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 packages of things when it was $1. So I still have stuff that's $1 that was $1 from 4 or 5 years ago. So, because when I was out there, I used to do it. And then my husband, God bless him, I love him so much, when he was alive, he used to stop at the Dollar Tree and get all kind of stuff and bring it to me and say, honey, can you use this to make some, what you call them, eyes? I said, DIYs? He said, yeah. I can use that, honey. He said, oh, I'm so glad. He said, because I didn't want to get the wrong thing. I said, you got the right thing. But he used to bring me bags and bags of stuff from the Dollar Tree as well. So, yes, I am a spoiled woman. And and my husband was definitely the king of my house. Okay, so I got the blue ones here. Here are the blue ones. Aren't they beautiful, y'all? I love making cupcakes like this. You don't have to have nothing but plastic spoons, plastic knives, and look, just little tin cups that you used to put tuna cans or chicken cans or whatever you got. You can use those for your little mix to mix your stuff up in. And these are some more cupcakes here that I made as well. See? These are some more cupcakes right here that I made as well. There you go. And I used that pastel Paris and the lightweight spackling, and I made my cupcakes. Don't they just look gorgeous? These are my homemade cupcakes. It didn't have a bag. If you just get the just get your little tin and mix your stuff up in here. You do not have to have fancy, smancy stuff to do some designs on your cupcakes. It's up to you how you use equipment. And you, just like I said, back in the day, we didn't have all that stuff. We had to use what we had, and we thank God for what we had. Well, this is Mabel's Tables. I hope that you know more about why I'm looking for my son, and I hope that you continue keeping me lifted up before the Lord, because some nights look like I can hear him calling me, but and I jump up to try to answer, but I don't see him. So I am having a little problems with it, but each time they call me, I have to call the Lord and tell the devil to get back, because I just feel like my son is okay. Right now, he's just going through something, but I just don't know what it is. I just want to hear from him to know that he is all right. That's all, because as a mother, if you don't want to hear about your son or your daughter or your grandchildren being all right, then I must say something is wrong with you. This is Mabel's Table saying, don't forget to pray for someone else besides yourself, and always know that God is alive and well, and that God is the ruler of this world. I don't care how bad it looks. And let me tell you something, y'all. It's beginning to look pretty bad. But guess what? I'm still going to keep my mind, my soul, my heart, everything tuned to the Lord, because what? He is my ultimate savior. I'm going to stay hooked in. Like they said, I'm going to stay on that hook. I'm hooked. I'm going to stay on that hook. I am totally, totally, totally hooked. Mabel's Table sang, do. I hope this DIY and talk has been good for you as it has been for me. I pray that you and your family is doing excellent. Adieu.